If you're a fan of bold and expressive art, come check out my Patreon. For just $1, you'll get exclusive access to artwork that I don't share anywhere else. Click the link in the video description to dive into my daring creations and unique artistic style. U.S. Senator Marco Rubio's escalating intervention in Brazil's political landscape has ignited a firestorm of controversy. The move to revoke U.S. visas from 8 of Brazil's Supreme Court justices is a dramatic escalation of the already tense situation surrounding former President Jair Bolsonaro's legal battles. Bolsonaro, a far-right figure with close ties to former U.S. President Donald Trump, faces potential imprisonment on charges related to an alleged attempt to seize power following his 2022 election loss to Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. The accusations center around a plan to overturn the election results through a military coup, a plot that allegedly involved a murderous scheme to maintain power. With Bolsonaro's trial looming and a potential 43-year prison sentence on the horizon, the Trump administration has significantly increased its pressure on Brazil's judiciary and government. This pressure intensified on July 9 when President Trump announced the imposition of 50% tariffs on all Brazilian imports, effective August 1. This move, ostensibly a response to the perceived persecution of Bolsonaro, has been met with widespread outrage in Brazil, with President Lula denouncing it as unacceptable blackmail. The subsequent actions by Senator Rubio, who, on Friday, announced the visa revocations, further fueled the international controversy. Rubio, in a statement on X, declared the visa cancellations for Supreme Court Justice Alexandre de Moraes, the lead investigator in Bolsonaro's case, along with unnamed allies on the court and their family members. The Brazilian newspaper O Globo subsequently identified the other justices targeted as Luiz Roberto Barroso, José Antonio Dias Toffoli, Cristiano Zanin, Flavio Dino, Carmen Lucia Antunes Rocha, Luiz Edson Fashion, and Gilmar Ferreira Mendes. Significantly, 2 justices appointed during Bolsonaro's presidency, André Mendonça and Cássio Nunes Marques, along with Justice Luiz Fux, were reportedly spared the sanctions. President Lula swiftly condemned Rubio's actions, characterizing them as another arbitrary and completely groundless measure from the U.S. government. He emphasized that interference in Brazil's justice system is unacceptable and violates fundamental principles of national sovereignty and international respect. His statement underlined Brazil's commitment to upholding the rule of law, despite the external pressures. The strong response underscores the gravity of the situation and the profound implications of U.S. involvement in Brazil's internal affairs. Trump strategist Alex Bruesewitz lauded Rubio's decision, describing Bolsonaro's treatment as sick and wrong. Bolsonaro's son, Eduardo, currently residing in the U.S., also expressed gratitude for Rubio's support, highlighting a shared belief in the same values. Eduardo's presence in the U.S., and his reported lobbying efforts, adds another layer of complexity to this already convoluted situation. Trump's interventions have caused widespread dismay among millions of Brazilians who anticipate Bolsonaro being held accountable for the January 8 riots in Brasilia, the culmination of the alleged coup attempt. The visa cancellations have been widely denounced as an aggressive and petty act of retaliation, an affront to Brazil's judiciary and national sovereignty. Criticism hasn't been confined to the left. Even influential right-wing voices have condemned the U.S.'s attempt to interfere in Brazilian internal affairs. The conservative Estado de São Paulo newspaper characterized Trump's behavior as unacceptable external interference and a stain on the historical diplomatic relationship between 2 of the America's largest democracies. While the Bolsonaros initially welcomed Trump's actions, the backlash from the tariffs appears to have caught them off guard. The tariffs have inadvertently strengthened Lula's position, enabling him to present himself as a nationalist defender of Brazilian interests, casting the Bolsonaros as self-serving traitors. This turn of events has proven particularly advantageous for Lula, who was facing growing public dissatisfaction and a challenging re-election campaign. The imposition of tariffs, impacting key agricultural sectors in Bolsonaro-supporting regions, such as São Paulo, has unexpectedly boosted Lula's popularity in recent polls. Political columnist Celso Rocha de Barros suggests the Bolsonaros might have underestimated the scale and impact of Trump's actions, noting that while Bolsonaro may have desired some form of punishment, the tariffs proved far more extensive than anticipated, potentially alienating his own base. The situation has culminated in a recent, quickly deleted, plea from Bolsonaro's senator son, Flavio, urging Trump to suspend the tariffs and replace them with individual sanctions. The ongoing saga highlights the deep divisions within Brazil and the far-reaching consequences of the close ties between Bolsonaro and the Trump administration. The clash between Brazil's pursuit of justice and the U.S.'s interventionist tactics promises further dramatic developments in the weeks and months ahead. The international ramifications are significant, raising concerns about democratic principles, national sovereignty, and the potential for escalating tensions between the two nations. The unfolding events serve as a critical case study on international relations, demonstrating the complexities and potential pitfalls of external interference in a nation's internal affairs. The future consequences of these actions remain uncertain, but the current trajectory suggests a prolonged period of uncertainty and heightened political tension.